Mind podcasts are not suitable for all ages. Content warnings can be found in the audio description. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Presents Retribution, episode 32. My name is Mike, and I'll be your dungeon master for this evening. Our question from James D'Amato's Ultimate RPG Campfire Card Deck for this episode is, where do you think of when you hear the word home? Do you believe you will ever return to or reach that place? Why?
My name is Amanda, and I'm playing Mel Kelly. Mel thinks of home as the house that she lived in with her family before her parents got divorced. It's located like halfway between Monterey and Santa Cruz. And it was just a house, probably in a suburb somewhere. She doesn't even really remember. She wasn't very old, but that's what she thinks of as home. And she knows she'll never see it again. She was like 5 when they split up.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Elliot Brandybane. Shouldn't come to surprise to anybody, but Elliot Brandybane feels that his ranch is home. He bought it, he worked it, he put it together. It was completely his. And he will always feel that the ranch is home. At this point, Elliot really, unbeknownst to his fellow cohorts, and he won't let onto this, but he doesn't believe for a second that he'll ever see it again.
Hi, I'm Bernal. I'm playing Olnok Vaga Johnson. And Olnok's home, what he thinks of his home, is near and dear to his heart, but it's also a torturous thing that he thinks about, and he can't stop dreaming about it and thinking about it and stuff. Where his ex-wife and his daughter lived last was what he views of as home. He remembers the good memories, the things that he felt like he was good as being a father. Maybe not the best father figure in the world, but he felt like he was doing a pretty good job, and he misses his kid and everything like that. So the memories are there. That last house in Coronado before he got recruiter stationed is where he feels like it's home. Will he ever go back there? No, because they're not together anymore, and he can't see his daughter anymore. So it kind of tears at him, but he knows he's never going back.
I'm Downs, and I'm playing James O'Brien. And for James, home is where the knives are. So James has been bouncing around from so many different places for so long that he doesn't really know of a permanent address anymore. So it's pretty much just home is whenever he's cooking or in the kitchen. Something cooking and the smells of it. That's where he's most at peace.
I'm Kasey. I play Emery Lee, and Emery's home that she thinks about was when she was younger, kind of like Mel, maybe around 10, 12, before anyone starts to think about anything beyond kid stuff. And she was happy with her family and her parents and her sister pre-college. She knows that's gone, and she's in college now, and her family has kind of excommunicated her a little bit, but yeah, she misses it.
Fair, that's hard. Let's go ahead and roll for recap.
Can I make a proposition? I think the DM, i.e. Moritar, should have to start answering these questions.
What a fun idea. I actually really like that.
What do you think of as home?
What
Just some super brave mortal.
The third realm in which I conquer. Right? That could be very interesting and fun.
Just throw it in.
There was this valley where I slaughtered tens of thousands of people. It was a great Tuesday. I feel it there.
Moritar would feel the most at home on the front lines.
Yeah.
He's been fighting battles for the vast majority of his incredibly long adult life.
That's not the vulnerable answer we're looking for.
We're looking for weaknesses.
No, honestly, though, we now have the backstory of knowing that Moritar was recruited, probably as a child, like Jacob. So really, he's just a poor, lost, brainwashed soul.
He's 8 at heart.
Right?
Yeah.
Who has enslaved and murdered countless people.
I
he
didn't
does
say
it
there
with
was
a
very
smile.
much of it.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have a lot of soul left, but
He brings them back as like zombies and stuff.
Trauma does not excuse action.
Yeah, he just really likes making friends.
Yeah,
that's
from the ground up, if you will.
Sorry.
He will force Barfrag.
So what are we trying to hit for recap?
Let's go for high.
Fuck.
Go old fashioned.
10.
10.
18.
What happened last time?
Good thing we just told you.
Yeah, it's a good thing I don't have
John's
Goldfish
might
brain.
need some notes. All right.
Do you want to read my notes? I can't promise they'll be
Sure,
helpful
I'll try to transcribe.
or legible. It's episode 31 that you're looking at.
Good lord.
That's how I felt when Amanda gave me her notes for that one recap I had. I was like, oh my God.
Listen, I write them for my reference.
I write them just to keep me from mentally wandering off, honestly.
Unfortunately,
on
Kasey, I
task.
can't read Sanskrit. So, if I remember correctly, we braved the mountains, made it into town, into Estes Park, and were kind of guided towards the Stanley, if I remember correctly. We met a guy with a very pretentious quill, apparently, who really wanted stories in exchange for us staying the night. We gave him some really good stories. Elliot apparently tried biking a deer home.
So what happened last time?
Did I do it again?
That was
You
two
were-
episodes
you were
ago.
two
Yeah.
episodes
Jesus
ago.
Christ. At night, we were attacked by shadows, and we all had various dreams of our past come back to haunt us, if I remember correctly. After beating the crap out of them, we all decided to spend the night in the lobby, if I remember correctly, and then we met the actual owner of the Stanley, if I remember correctly. Concierge. Yes.
Front desk.
And
Yeah.
who insists that he would have been there when we arrived the night before, except clearly he was not. And he was
was
very
not.
shocked to find us there.
He's a bitch horn liar.
Jesus Christ.
And then he told us that we met Jack.
He was very surprised
Well,
that we
we
met
told
Jack.
him that we met Jack, and
Yeah.
he said, "You met Jack?"
Cool. Now that train wreck of a recap's over.
Yes, we'll dive right on in.
Those things were all in my notes, for the record.
They were there. Legible, perhaps.
I can
not,
prove
but
it
there.
if you can read it.
None of those looked like letters.
You met Jack?
Yeah, the guy with the really fancy pen.
Yeah, he had like a quill. He was asking for stories and stuff.
There was a very generous bartender as well,
Indeed.
whose name we never did learn.
That's true.
actually.
He made good drinks, though.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Where did Jack have you sleep last night?
We asked him for the least scary rooms on the first floor.
Tell him the room number.
So,
Numbers,
You were in the East Wing.
I
Was that-
suppose.
not the least scary.
Does that pertain to anything?
Oh, it's closed currently due to a flooding issue we had.
That explains the smell. I didn't want to be rude, but it smelled.
I
Damn.
thought that was us.
That could be.
Yeah, I just assumed it was my normal funk.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been able to stay in there. We've removed most of the furniture.
That's fine. We weren't able to stay there.
We
That's why
had
we're sleeping in the lobby.
most of the furniture.
Yeah, there were beds and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Did we
They
sleep
were-
on phantom beds?
They were clean and everything.
Did we sleep on ghosts?
Maybe. Sounds kind of hot. What?
What?
Huh?
We did get attacked by some kind of shadow things,
That were
Yeah, some Homer Simpson-esque
which is
things.
why we ended up sleeping down here in the lobby.
as a group.
Interesting.
You
We
ever
also
seen any
had
shadow
some
people? We saw shadow
wicked
people. We
nightmares.
fought them.
Yeah, the Stanley's got a long history of folks dying here. It was originally opened up as a tuberculosis ward. Mr. Stanley had tuberculosis, came out here because the high elevation and the dry air was supposed to help with tuberculosis. Those suffering from consumption, as they called it at the time. Lungers. So it was a weird mix. The Stanley Hotel was a weird mix of a tuberculosis ward / hotel for the high-end rich folks from the East Coast, of which Mr. Stanley was one.
That is an odd mix.
It was, yeah. It worked, apparently. Half of the reason it worked is people hated the man who owned the land before. The man who owned the land before was the single largest foreign owner of American soil at the time. An Irishman, a huge chunk of the state, from whom Mr. Stanley bought the area. We're known for a reason. We're a nice hotel with some spooky stuff, but Jack's not one I hear about very often.
And what's
a Jack then?
What's his deal?
Well,
What's his thing?
Jack Horace was caretaker back in '82. It was actually the last year that the Stanley shut down for winter. We used to just close for winter. It was we're not a ski resort area. We're not Vail. We're not Aspen. We have some cross-country skiing, but that wasn't near as popular, still isn't near as popular as skiing and snowboarding. So we would just close down during the harsh winters. We would keep a caretaker in-house over the winter to, make sure that there was no pipes that burst and caused serious flooding, things of that kind of nature. And we'd keep kind of a very minimal skeleton crew living in the crew quarters. Jack was our caretaker in '82. He was an amateur writer of his own. Swore that writing by quill was the way to go, apparently.
You definitely looked very fancy doing it.
And he was here to write his great American novel over the course of the winter. The only other thing that's known is after winter ended, when the hotel manager came back, neither Jack nor the barkeep were anywhere to be found. None of the remaining staff would talk, whether they knew or didn't. They would not talk about what might have happened to them.
Well, apparently they're back and they're serving guests.
Well, seems how you slept in an uninhabitable wing of the hotel. We're not going to worry about charging you for your night's sleep.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I mean, we kind of ended up sleeping in the lobby.
Yeah.
It's a very comfy lobby.
It is. It's very nice. There's a fire. It's good stuff.
We are getting ready to serve breakfast. If you guys would please make yourselves presentable before the actual guests were to come filtering in, that would be
You still have
appreciated.
guests here?
Well, sure.
How?
Why?
Some people were here when things stopped working.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Okay.
We
How-
have
Makes more sense.
very nice accommodations.
How did we not
makes
run
a lot
into
more
any of you or the other guests?
Yeah, like not a soul.
Like, it's not like we showed up in the middle of the night.
And we weren't exactly quiet when we were fighting ghosts.
No, but at the
Or the
bright
ice
side,
monster.
we don't have to worry about the hammer holes. We may have done some
What?
demolition for you.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
We were in an alternate version of the hotel, so it probably doesn't matter.
Oh, well, that's okay. How is that okay?
I don't know. None of this makes sense.
You lost me when you mentioned alternate realities.
Yeah, we no-clipped into another place. That's pretty cool.
Like, we
Maybe.
stayed
I
in
don't know.
perfectly serviceable rooms in a wing of the hotel that is clearly non-functional right now and has had most of the furniture removed. We were sent there by a guy who died 50 years ago.
Ugh.
Like,
Ugh.
Was that 50 years
Oh, that
ago?
hurt.
40 years. I did the math bad in my brain. 40
I'm like,
years.
oh my god.
Everybody at the table
I'm
visibly
so sorry.
aged.
It was only 40 years.
Oh,
Not
40.
that's much better. But like clearly we met the bartender. We were like it's
Do we drink literal spirits?
Oh, good. Then Jeff will have less of a hangover.
I don't necessarily are we welcome at breakfast? Do we can trade something for
We've stopped taking payment. We view it more as a service at this point, just trying to keep people alive. So you can eat breakfast with us, but then we would ask you to carry on your way.
Absolutely.
problem.
We're planning on moving on this morning
Yeah, we've done a lot of fighting.
anyway.
It's been not great.
Thank you for the offer for breakfast. We'll happily take you up on that.
Absolutely.
Sounds like the least we can do after our hotel,
Attacked us?
apparently.
That was pretty cool.
I don't know. They seemed
Weird.
quite
Cool.
accommodating until we tried to sleep.
That's true. Well, were they though? I mean, am I the only one remembering the frozen ice guy we fought?
We kind of went out of our
Thank
way
you
to
for
fight
breakfast. We'll head that way
We'll
and
definitely make
go get
ourselves.
some breakfast, and then we'll be about our way, and we'll make sure we clean up after ourselves.
Greatly appreciated.
We very much appreciate
Where-
your hospitality here.
However, where would you like the mattresses we drug into the lobby, since apparently they don't belong in the rooms we got them out of?
We will figure that out.
Fair point, because they are tangible. So they weren't ghost mattresses. They're James. So they were real. We were sleeping on ghosts. That's cool.
Well, at least stack them to the side over here for you.
I appreciate
you.
that.
Ghost bedbugs would be murder.
Would you focus, James?
It's one of the very rare times where I don't have to make breakfast. Just let me revel in that fact.
Okay.
We just hope the cook's not angry.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be? I'm not that angry when I make breakfast.
Angry breakfast doesn't taste as good as happy breakfast. I'm just saying.
That's accurate. 'Cause
Wait.
sometimes you get a knife in it. And some,
With that said, though, guilt soup is delicious.
yeah. Apology coffee is pretty good too.
Yes. Ooh, coffee. Do you guys?
You guys
love
get
coffee?
apologies?
What?
You guys get apologies?
Some people apologize when they wrong
What's
you.
that like?
Knock. I'm sorry you didn't have a happy childhood.
Anyway,
I'm sorry
we will
you're
get
just
ready for
having this
breakfast, sir.
breakthrough.
Thank you very much. We'll get ourselves
thank
cleaned
you.
up and packed up here.
He does that like French waiter sharp spin around and
About face.
very stiffly, briskly walks away.
Does he look pompous as he does it?
Oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
he's the concierge
Nailed
for
it.
the Stanley. He looks pompous as fuck.
You know, I'm not.
He's in a nice suit. It still looks sharp and clean and pressed.
Even though he's been washing it in the river. It's pretty impressive.
You know, if anyone had told me that the apocalypse was going to be this surreal, I would have laughed at them.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That kind of comes with it being so surreal.
Yeah, magic and zombies and
I feel like
As
we're
Emery's
taking
saying this, you can visibly see her boxing up this particular trauma and adding it to her collection in her brain.
ooh, this goes over here in the right corner. Yeah.
I will
this
say
shelf's getting pretty full, huh?
we're taking the end of the
It fits
world
in this
pretty well.
square hole.
I think. Once we run out of coffee, I feel like it's really gonna hit.
I
world
have
is
a whole
ending.
bookshelf of creepy shit, and it's getting super full. Not a fan.
Yeah. Now it's gonna get covered in cobwebs, and then that's gonna make it worse.
All right. Well, I think we take a minute and freshen ourselves up and get Jeff on his feet.
Yeah, Jeff's not doing great.
Jeff,
He's definitely
up.
hungover.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got shit
They
house.
probably got bacon, Jeff. Bacon makes everything better.
Maybe they'll have biscuits and gravy. That will help.
Do your best at bread and water, bro. You're gonna need it.
Biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
Just shovel it in your face. Don't even think about it. Do it.
All of us are just putting as much food to him as possible. Just like eat all of this.
Eat this.
He's so overwhelmed right now.
Pull your hood further over your head so you can see less.
He can see
Why?
sounds right now
Why are we in?
because we fought ghosts. It's okay.
There were shadows that haunted our nightmares and chased us out of our rooms.
Yeah, but you were blacked out and you
Decided
don't remember anything, so it's fine.
Sleeping here was safer.
But you're alive, and that's a good thing.
Plus,
That's a win.
Fire. So it's nice
Only
and light.
90% confident on that part, but
How many
Oh
fingers?
my
How many fingers am I holding up?
God.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I don't know how you're doing.
Would you stop moving them? That is rude.
He's got the mage hand adding fingers.
Oh, absolutely. The mage hand is just like phasing in and out of my hand.
Somewhere between 2 and 30? What?
How?
Oh, I think I drank so much I have that concussion.
Not sure that's possible, buddy, but if you did it, well, you did some science.
Yeah,
Good for
There's a
you.
Jeff head-shaped hole in one of the walls.
Honestly, at this point, I think anything could be possible.
Not aliens. I refuse.
Why would you even put that out to the
That's
universe?
just ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But
There's no way.
fighting undead shit. I'm not going to deal with the.
Again, why would you put that out to the universe?
So you see the, I don't know where they would have a continental breakfast here, but off to the side of the lobby, they have the fake, like, wall doors that they just open up, and you can see that there's a dining area. And there is a not angry cook putting out quite the
Spread?
Thank you. Yes, all I could think was dressing, and that wasn't correct.
I was gonna go feast, but you know.
Yeah. Quite the spread. You've got all the carbs and eggs and fats you could want. They do have the fancy silver carafes of assumedly coffee and tea.
It's a smorgasbord.
Yes.
So you guys are able to
We
feast.
all
They got the little silver
Absolutely feast.
pitchers of the syrup.
We eat more than is probably polite to eat at a continental breakfast.
Probably.
Especially considering the circumstances.
Oh yeah, Elliot knows we're gonna go back on trail ration, so he is gonna load up.
Oh, yeah.
Carbalicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, as you're loading up your plates, quite a few well-to-do, dapper gents and ladies trickle their way in. They're all definitely not saying anything, but you're getting some serious raised eyebrow, side eye.
We're getting judged so hard.
As soon as they turn her back, Mel sticks her tongue out at them.
Olnok's gonna crowd one of them and go by the bread and be like, "You gonna get down on this, or you want some?"
You're probably like,
It was pretty good. Good stuff.
Assuredly, yes. Some of us are trying to watch our figures, though.
I mean, it's the end times, but you know, you do what you want to do, I guess.
Any apocalypse?
Well, good luck on you.
Even Mel's like carb loading.
Yes, quite.
I shall chug my coffee with my pinky in the ass.
I think these guys went to finishing school.
Ooh.
We all did finish school, yes.
Oh,
It's not the same thing, Dick.
Damn,
Anyway.
they got roasts. Okay.
They got jokes.
Eat your breakfast. Don't get us thrown out. Eat your breakfast.
Math is hard.
out
Okay.
We're gonna eat our breakfast and we're gonna go get our horses and we're gonna continue on our path.
Yep.
Good luck with the cult.
Really? You're gonna keep us here this much longer? Oh, good lord.
Just here, have another sausage.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, you do overhear at some point, well, that does explain the smell. Ooh.
Fancy
You guys have
pants,
a
rich
decent-
Miggy over here. Fuck you.
They're edging me closer to a rage, dude. It's
We
getting
just
close.
said we were gonna eat and get out of here.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
know, but
quit
then they
pissing off the
insulted our hygiene.
Yeah, you know
Rude.
what? When the Moritar gets here, he's gonna eat them. So, you know
Yeah.
what? I don't care.
Eat 'em. Specifically the rich people.
Why
Fuck these
would
guys.
he eat them? They're all scrawny because they're watching their weight.
They're the toothpicks of the group.
don't eat carbs.
This is when we found out a Moritar is apparently a socialist. Eat the rich.
He employs so many people that do not complain about their job. Must be a great union.
I want you to know I just flipped through all of my spells to see if I had anything interesting to mess with them with.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I didn't even
Don't
think
have
about
any.
that.
With that said, we should finish breakfast and leave.
Absolutely.
Elliot's got like his mouth full and he's got like toasted his head. Like, I'm gonna go start getting the horse's saddle. I'm out of here.
Can I?
Oh God. Yep. Elliot's left. He's out the door getting the horse's saddle.
The moment that I see Elliot leaves, it's like, okay, the getaway plan is working.
Mel grabs Jacob and says, "You're really too young to see this. Can we leave?"
So, being an arcane trickster, I can make Mage Hand invisible and still have it interact with stuff. Can I have the Mage Hand go over and like the moment that somebody takes
Tip their
like,
cup up.
yeah, or like the moment that they go to eat something with like a spoon, just like bump their shoulder so that they just spill food all over the place.
Sure.
Yes, just a couple silly, stupid
Victory is mine.
pranks.
That happens and you see, my apologies, I've apparently still got some waking up to do. Pats himself down.
Oh, they're so pretentious. Oh my God.
We just gotta get out of here. Get the rest of the bacon. Let's
James,
go.
do something else because I love seeing this. Do it again.
Joffrey, do we still have the oxyclean?
Oh my God, Joffrey! Joffrey!
I appear to have soiled my white shirt. I will need the OxyClean to remove the filth.
Poop.
Can I like grab a hold of his bowl and just like pull it towards him?
They can't be that
Towards
rich.
him?
They're using
Towards him so
OxyClean.
that it dumps into his lap.
Knock it off the table.
He's already standing at this point. He stood up as soon as he stood,
okay, gotcha.
patting himself down and giving orders, but you can absolutely have the food bowl come sliding at him.
Yep. Just gonna have it like slowly start to shake so like the food in the bowl just starts vibrating and then just right into his face.
Joffrey, I think we're going to need the handyman to take a look at the table. It appears to have come a bit unstabilized. One of the legs must be shorter than the rest.
I'm gonna peel Jeff off the table where I'm sure he's got his head resting just on
dying.
the table. Here, we'll bring your plate to go, buddy. Come on.
He just takes a carafe of coffee with
You're
him.
not. There
I'm
you
just
go, there
shoveling
you go.
bread into my coveralls.
You're not going to have fun on the horse today, bud.
I'm gonna use the mage hand to just grab a handful of bacon and then I'm out the door.
I just watch bacon fly out.
Yep. Just a wad of bacon just floats up into the air and just starts following me as I leave.
Honestly, because they're stuck in a haunted hotel,
This is not
It's
that
probably not
sweet.
that unusual, yeah.
the ghosts are hungry this morning.
Joffrey.
That's a new one. Have you seen that before, Ethel?
Damn it.
No, Reginald, I can't say I have.
The pranks aren't working because they're not getting annoyed. Damn it.
They keep a firm, stiff upper lip the whole time.
I believe the word you're looking for is
Quite.
unflappable.
On what?
Unflappable.
Oh,
They are unflappable this morning.
I've never heard that before.
It
It's a
means they
very
don't have
pretentious
wings.
word.
Oh, okay. They're flightless bitches. Gotcha. Let us go.
They're all penguins.
They're the
Oh, yes, with their
emus.
cute little suits. Yes.
Yes, quite.
Yes. All right, let's leave before we do anything uncouth.
Anything else?
Please have safe travels on your way away from here.
Sure.
I'd say thanks if I thought you meant it. Anyway,
Your absence will absolutely be noticed.
I'm sure it will.
Ta-ta! Don't let the apocalypse hit you on the ass on the way out.
Yep.
Out the door.
There's going to be a flying horse coming through here. He's on fire. You might want to watch out for that.
Joffrey! Last thing you hear as you leave. You guys are able to get your horses are well taken care of. There really was a stable. They really were stabled. The stable hand is definitely confused why they're here. Because you do know that yours are the only horses here. Everyone else has been footing it into town. They haven't led anywhere. So when he woke up this morning to have to check on the assumedly empty stable, he was surprised by the presence of horses. Oh, I see we had a late check-in last night.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I have only been able to brush down a couple of the horses, but your Taxol took the liberty of oiling your leathers and making it sure it was road ready. It looks like it's been through hell and back.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep, it's-
Indubitably, as they might say.
It's well broken in. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're out of here already.
Yep. We
All
got
right.
miles to go. Thank you.
He helps you do the things.
Do stuff.
Saddle the horses.
He starts putting the blankets on under the saddles that have a name and things, stuff.
Horse
There's-
blankets.
Is that really all they're called?
What?
They're just called horse blankets?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are our
There's-
horses
there's-
ship-shape
there's
and
pet-
pistol ready?
There's pads and horse blankets and saddles.
He puts those things on.
He wouldn't actually saddle the horses because he wouldn't know what saddles go on which horses.
There. So he
So-
puts blankets and lets you
Yeah.
saddles. So then you're able to away.
So Elliot knows which saddles go on which horses. So he's getting all that while all the shenanigans are happening inside. Just going, them kids are going to get us in so much trouble.
And then you just see us walking out like we're like acting like we're all prim and proper, but then there's a handful of floating bacon coming up behind me.
You just see bacon chasing.
Yeah. Elliot's just going to look at him and just shake his head and just keep putting. Just keep.
I feel like
Work with
Charlie has run behind the bacon and keeps jumping up trying to reach
The stagehand does see the bacon following them. But it's a new one. Guests are apparently hungry this morning.
Bacon orbs, it's a new thing.
Yep.
You know, the
Crazy.
apocalypse, who knows what's going to happen next?
Mm-hmm.
That is fair. When you guys came through this morning, or the late last night, whatever it was, did you see anybody anywhere near the frozen dead guy?
No,
No.
no.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
I didn't know there was a frozen dead
Nope,
guy.
no.
we
way
read it in the
that
brochure.
happened.
It's like the thing over that way, but no, we haven't. I don't think we saw anyone over there.
Yep, nope, no
Why?
idea.
What happened?
Let's
Apparently
go.
Somebody got bored. Tore that place a new one.
Dang. I mean, kids today without television and internet and whatever.
A lot of debauchery
They
going
got a
around.
bunch of rich people in this place too. Who knows what those people get into?
Right.
Yeah, quite.
Probably had some bet with themselves.
Some hazing.
Joffrey.
Oh, God, his name's Jeff. He hates us so much.
I
Hasn't gone
can't,
by Jeffrey in forever, let alone Joffrey.
more power to you guys working here with them.
Yeah, I don't think you
During
could
this
pay me enough
apocalypse.
to deal with this.
Normally it's worth it because they leave so much shit behind when they leave, but these ones aren't leaving.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway,
Want some bread?
I ate already. Thank you, though.
Bacon orb?
Let's put it back in my.
Don't give away the bacon worm.
I was going to offer a piece.
Elliot's going to walk by and just grab a couple pieces off of it, munch on it.
It's getting definitely cool quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we are gonna move on down the road, following again the campfire rules.
Can't wait to get home. Do it again.
You guys would know there's a nice path, nice road from here to Littleton.
We're not
Loveland.
going to Littleton.
Loveland.
I was like, we are
Loveland,
not going
yes.
to Littleton.
There's too many fucking L towns in
Yeah.
Denver.
Literally.
Longmont.
Yeah, you're going to the right one.
the one that you're supposed to go to.
Is it a right or a left at this fork in the road? I can't remember.
Pull out the map.
You guys also know that it's about 2 days of travel.
You know, there's these cool things called road signs that we can still read.
Oh shit, you're right. I always use Google. It's like I forget about those all the time.
You do see a road sign that says Laramie, Longmont, Littleton, and
All right, which are
Loveland.
we going to?
That's a lot of L's.
If I remember right, we're cutting between Loveland and Longmont.
I think that was the idea.
Yeah.
So, trying to dodge as many people as possible.
That's the best we're going to get.
perfect. So yeah, you know that it's only about 2 days travel to get there, and you know based off of this distance, it's 3 wins before you get 3 losses on your skill check thing. With a total DC of 13. The weather's not bad. Chilly, a little bit rainy. Looking at the top of them, you can see clouds up at the top of the mountain. You have one more pass to go over, but it's a very well paved road path. It's very doable. So, what skills are who using to do the things?
Elliot, he'll go ahead and take the front because that's his normal spot. He's also in his favorite terrain.
Yep, absolutely.
So he's going to just kind of go in the front. I'm figuring going along paved roads is going to be kind of boring for him. He's not trying to find passes or paths through the forest. So he's just going to, I guess really at the moment he's going to concentrate on keeping an eye up ahead for, honestly, his concern would be ambushes.
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
But also, since he's not having to concentrate a lot, what he's going to be concentrating on is working with his horse, balancing with his horse, so the horse is exerting the least amount of energy.
Okay.
So if you're way off balance on your horse, the horse has to compensate for it, and they'll
That
get
makes sense.
tired quicker.
Like an unsettled pack.
Yeah, exactly. So that's gonna be a big part of his concentration this morning is basically trying to be the best possible rider he can be.
That would be animal handling?
Sure. Yeah. 30, 20.
Yeah, you more than comfortably pull that off. And honestly, some of it would almost be second nature to you. You've been riding horse for so long. You don't even fully notice the tells of your horse anymore. You just adjust by nature. But yeah, you absolutely succeed at your being the best possible writer you can be.
Ooh, I got one. Since Jeff's still slightly hungover, can I do a medicine check to try nursing him back to health?
Sure.
This way we're not having to stop every mile for him to throw up.
That does slow things down
Yeah.
a lot.
Riding a horse hungover is
Oh, I
That
can't even
sounds like
imagine how
sloshing
awful
back
that would
and
be.
forth.
the worst
Yeah.
experience in the world.
Rafting hungover.
That is a 19.
All right. What do you
Get
do?
that.
I probably make him some like go juice or something like that, like a family recipe.
Out of what?
I got some hot sauce and some other shit.
Oh, God.
He did take a carafe of coffee.
Yeah,
Coffee and hot sauce.
Oh,
it's an O'Brien's
Put
friendly
the,
recipe.
shake up the kale chips in there too. Make it a green go juice.
Oh. Feel free to take some time to
Stale
chew.
Kale chip, fucking powder.
oh.
Somehow, because you rolled well, that works.
Just take it in slow bits. There you go.
Good job, buddy. Here's some
There you
bread.
go.
Wash it down.
Go, face that way, face that way, face that way. Okay, now you're good.
The green of the drink offsets the green of his skin, and he starts to.
Look less peaked.
Perfect. See, I was thinking of like the wake up juice from Back to the Future 3.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
I don't remember that movie.
Wow,
Can't
It's the
remember
least
that.
memorable of the three. It's the cowboy one.
I liked
Yeah.
the cowboy one. I didn't like the second
I
one.
remember the
Yeah.
cowboy vibes. That's it.
Yeah, it's the
Now
same.
that I've thrown us off,
That's
I
how
haven't
there was a
watched it
train.
forever. Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
remember that.
Yeah, that was the back to the time machine. Or something.
yeah, they had the DeLorean on the rails, and they had to get the locomotive up to like super fast to get it.
All the way up to
Go.
66.
66.
So what's
I thought it was 88.
88.
Oh.
Because that's its top
88
speed.
miles an hour. You know.
I don't know. I would have sworn to you it was 66, but
Same.
I'm probably wrong.
It's 88.
It's weird that
It's totally 88.
is it.
Okay, 3 against 2.
That was the DeLorean's top speed on the
That's the
speedometer.
reason why that was the
Mhm.
speed that it had to get to, because it took so fucking long for the DeLorean to get up to
The
88
most
miles an hour.
non-sports car in the history of sports cars.
It's weird
Yeah.
when you make it out of stainless fucking steel. The heaviest sports car to
Yeah.
ever sports. What's
how
that?
long does this journey? Do we think this journey's like this until? Do we have an idea of how long it's going to take us to kind of reach the Loveland area?
About 2 days.
Okay.
They'll sleep once.
Okay. I want to. I'm thinking of keeping our gear in good repair, like
Okay.
facilitating repairs, making sure we can stay moving and not have to stop for super long to fix issues. I'm hoping for a sleight of hand
Okay. Sure.
with like tools, but
You're still able.
yeah,
So you've got mending too.
I do have the mending spell, which helps. I rolled a 12, so
That is one fail. I'm not gonna say, but it was close enough. You didn't damage your kit. You just didn't improve your kit.
yeah.
You're a blacksmith, not a sewer, seamstress.
Yeah. This
Different
thing
skill set.
on my backpack is holding together
Yeah.
for now.
Duct tape and staples.
It's hard to do it while you're on the move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially on a horse. It's not exactly a table.
Yeah.
So that is 2 successes, 1 loss. One more win or 2 more losses.
Could I do a history check to see if Mel's been to Denver before, then maybe using road signs, she might be able to if we get off here and go that way, it's easier to get over to Longmont.
Sure.
– 16.
All right, you point out a good path. There's not a fun description of doing that. You point out the right road signs and make the right decisions.
Look, big green and white sign, guys. Go that way.
Ugh? Question mark? What? Why the caveman?
Oh,
I said go that way.
I don't know why it was like you were speaking in broken sentences.
Look, I'm
Jesus.
really bad at navigating things. I was just really excited to do something useful in terms of pointing you in the right direction.
helpful. Unexpected, but helpful.
Exactly. Thank you.
awesome.
Go caveman when I'm happy? I don't know.
Big sign.
I'm
Yeah,
not happy
look,
very
look,
often,
sign,
guys.
cool, awesome.
Right
go that way.
side, that way, go.
It's like how Olnak translates the birds.
Yeah.
There's a game called Poetry for Neanderthals.
Yeah. It looks fun.
It's got like a blow up bat in it, so you blow up the bat and you have to it's like charades, but you're describing the word on the card using only single syllable words.
Oh no, that'd be
And
so
if
hard.
you say a word with more than one syllable, or you say a word that's one of the words on the card, someone hits you with a
So it's like taboo, but with a blow up bat.
It's extremely. I played it
That sounds
super
fun.
drunk with my family in the mountains, and we were crying laughing. It was so funny.
Olnak, they made a game for you.
So Mel's part comes in very first, actually, because really the only time you have a chance to choose is leaving Estes. After that, you're on a road that takes you to Longmont or to Loveland. You pick the Longmontiest road.
Is it the long way around?
You guys have comfortable travel. Nice thing is it appears based off of this topographical map, you don't have to go as up to get to Longmont as you do to get to Loveland. It is a bit of a technically longer ride, but you don't have to crest quite as high of a peak. And it's a lot. It's absolutely gorgeous through here. I mean, it's back in the forest.
Beautiful landscapes through there.
It's warm enough. You're comfortable. It's not like tank top weather by any means, but you're comfortable coming through here. You see all sorts of campgrounds, all sorts of branches for hiking trails, things of that nature. And importantly, what you don't see are any people trying to prevent you from doing anything. You do see human nature being what it is. You guys are kind of sticking to the right-hand lane. The road, the last side you would have driven on. Probably trying to stick a little bit more to the soft shoulder than onto the actual asphalt. And going the opposite direction is a fairly consistent stream of people leaving the Denver area. And I'm not talking like, Black Friday shopping line by any stretch, but you never go longer than 10, 15 minutes without passing another group trying to make their way away. The one thing you're noticing is, unlike the groups that you've seen that have left the city before, they looked okay before. They left early enough on that they hadn't really suffered too much or anything. These folks are looking pretty rough. They're skinnier than you've seen. They're filthy. Their clothes are in pretty rough shape.
I feel like most of these people are like one step away from zombie.
They don't look like they're doing well, that's for sure.
None of them really acknowledge you guys. You see some people kind of looking at you quizzically because you're going to the place they're trying to not be anymore. But most of them have just kind of got their heads down, hands holding the whatever version of a backpack they've got on, and just very much on the grind. You can tell they're just one step in front of the other is really all they're focusing on. Just marching their way.
Mel's in
Away.
stranger danger alert mode.
There.
Like, it's that they could be fine, or they could be junkies that just randomly attack you for no reason. You don't know.
Great, now I'm paranoid. Thanks, Mel.
Welcome.
Got to keep you on your toes, James.
I
But
want to be on my toes.
they hurt. Those are sore.
I want to be on a horse, damn it.
Nice thing is you guys did successfully accomplish the skill check portion. So can I get a team elected D20 roller?
Nose goes.
I'll do it. No additions or anything, just roll a d20.
It's a straight D20.
All right, here we go. 15.
Weird. That's the one I was reading.
Haha!
That's cool.
Maybe don't have the three lowest
That's-
rollers
makes
go.
sense.
Right.
Your
Consistently
windfall is you feel fast. You are speed.
I am speed.
The party member with the highest dexterity ability score can choose to make the next attack that would have hit them miss instead. So who's got the best dex? Probably James. Yeah, Elliot would make sense.
I got a +3 as well.
I've got a +3 as well.
Let's have a roll-off between the +3ers.
Are you all +3 with an even number?
My score's 16.
Also 16.
16.
17, that fixes it.
Yeah, no,
Elliot rolled a 9.
So,
That's funny.
17.
I got a 5.
17 takes it. So remember this. It might be a minute, but your windfall is because you have the highest dexterity ability score, you can choose to make the next attack that would have hit you miss. So next time somebody hits you, they don't hit you. I guarantee I won't.
This falls along the whole stranger danger thing.
Yeah, honestly.
Also makes sense that
High
the monk
alert.
gets the speed shit.
Yeah, kind of.
So you guys are making your way down into Longmont. You pass through the apparently small town of Lyons.
Mhm.
Looks quaint.
Farm
And
town.
for the first time in a long time, especially for some of you folks, you can see forever.
Right, no mountain in front of us.
There is nothing left. It is, you have hit the prairies.
Been a long
This is
time.
going to trigger a lot of young memories from Elliot because he grew up in the plains. He grew
Yep.
up in Kansas.
Yep. This
And-
very much looks like home.
And he also happened to pick up grasslands as his new preferred terrain also.
Here you go.
So he's going to look at it and you're going to hear this big sigh and kind of under his breath like, I never expected to see this again.
Specifically, this would look a lot like I imagine Kansas does during burn season when they're clearing their ditches. The air is smoky AF.
Yeah.
You taste it, you smell it.
Now that reminds me of home.
Where were you from again?
East Coast.
You can see a fair clip down to your south, about as far as you'd be able to see in this thick of smoke, that it is black smoke coming from down there. Those of you who know this area would know that's the Denver.
proper.
It is black smoke coming from that area. Most of what the smoke you're dealing with here is just the windswept from that fire.
It's been a couple months.
I mean, Denver was kind of a dumpster fire before the apocalypse.
You're not wrong.
Now it's literally on fire, like all
It's
the time.
long enough for resources to start getting scarce.
We need to avoid Colvac.
We are not going that far south.
I avoided Colfax before the apocalypse.
I'm just saying, not safe.
We want to skirt kind of the north edge of Longmont and not actually enter town if we can. That was
Absolutely.
kind of the plan, is like try to avoid population centers.
Conveniently,
Absolutely.
you're on what appears to be Highway 66. The 36 turns to 66 as soon as you hit. It just does go along the north of Longmont in a pretty much a straight line. It appears to be Longmont's northern border. So you can see that the town is basically south of you as you're passing by. Up directly north of you is all just like farmland, things of that nature. After, you can pass through a couple of small suburbs, but you don't see people. The suburbs appear pretty well cleared out. And after riding for a little while, say probably 15 minutes into Longmont or so, you're passing by a building that's got quite a large group of people around it. You can see a series of tables set up, and you can see folks with large cook pots are doling out food to a pretty steady line.
I'm not going to lie. I think we need to avoid this. I do think we need to avoid groups of people as much as we can.
I do
We're
feel
doing
bad
okay
hoarding
for
all the bread
food.
I currently have.
Because the have-nots
We
are going to
are
want to kill
Hoarded.
the
I
house.
ate mine. I don't
It's
know.
been
what
like
you're
2
hoarding.
days.
I
Are
stuffed
we
a
still
lot
working
in
on
my.
that?
I still have bread. Jeff was
Yeah.
awful. I stuffed it. I looked like Santa when we left. It was amazing.
I ate the bacon orb like the same day.
It's a lot of bread. Okay, when you have
We're
15
also-
French loaves in your jacket.
We're also not doing too badly for resources.
Yeah, we should be good. Let's not stop.
And I feel like some of these people probably need what they're serving. Do the people who are serving the soup, are they wearing robes of any kind?
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about that.
Make a perception check.
Oh,
Damn.
they're
Can
bitch.
I aid her by being observant in her general
Can you
direction?
also make a check?
Also roll a perception check.
Because I am so good at this.
You cannot help her see, but you can look alongside.
Can I also make one? Because Mel made me jumpy.
Sure.
I got a
Actually, make
17, actually.
That's an 18. I rolled a 19.
Still not bad.
19.
I rolled. That's
Cool. Yeah. You don't see robes.
Oh, that's good.
What you do see are folks in surprisingly good condition, casual wear, with big air quotes around it. People trying to look like they're chill.
Does it look
Kind of
like
got like cool, hip youth minister vibes.
Does it look like too much effort was put into it?
Yeah, it's not natural. And what you definitely see is they have necklaces on.
Ah,
And at the end of the necklace is a flail.
fuck. God damn
God.
it. Why did we have to fucking look?
Damn it.
Hey there, listener. It's your DM Mike here with a quick ad break. I really wanted to just take a moment and leave the goofy characters aside for this one. With the rather interesting start to 2025, I'm reminded as to how important community building is, and I wanted to take a moment and thank all of you for the little community we've got started here. And on that note, I wanted to shout out a couple of our followers. As you've heard for the last couple months, we have a Patreon, which gains you access to our bonus content and ad-free episodes. I want to shout out Robbie Wooten and Gouda Boy, both of whom follow us on Patreon. If you join our Patreon, you too will receive a shout out. Also, as you've heard for quite some time, we have a deal running with Pinecast, our podcast host, where if you use our referral link found in the podcast description, you gain a discounted membership for your first few months. This also gives us a credit towards our own account. Unfortunately, though, their program doesn't tell us who signed up. So if you've pounced on this deal and have started a podcast of your own, send us an email. I'd love to pay it forward to those of you who are taking on this exciting and difficult adventure by sharing your podcast on our show. You can email us at theaterofthemindpodcast@gmail.com. I know we have 2 listeners who have subscribed, so please email me. I would love to put you in this ad break. As always, we very much enjoy making this podcast and appreciate you coming along this little bit of escapism with us. Here's the rest of the episode.
Okay.
To the
I'm
best of
guessing
my
you,
knowledge,
Kelsey.
what is Jeff's still in his robes? Yeah.
No, we got him close.
We got him
in
regular.
Kremling.
Okay.
Yeah, we cut him
So
out of
he's-
those as
he's
quickly
kinda
as
decked
possible.
out.
And James still looks like a marshmallow Seder cowboy.
Yes.
Yeah, James stands out. James draws attention. James is the opposite of stealth.
And I have Crocs on,
Oh no,
apparently.
did you actually want this hat? It's been rubbing my ears weird.
I'll take it.
Okay, there you go. Mage hand.
So I'm guessing you guys bring this to Elliot's attention.
I don't wait, hang on. I don't like this. It's you remember the whole thing with the ministry and the
I don't like it either, but these are starving people that they're getting food. Are we supposed to go kill the people that are giving food and says don't take food from strangers? They're probably starving.
But at the same time, they're
Yes.
gonna get brain.
I'm not going
I
to hang
know,
around
but
long
they're
enough
also
to do
gonna
anything
eat.
about it.
Yeah, that they're gonna eat and then get their asses literally whipped later.
Unfortunately, I've got a feeling this is happening everywhere that we're going to go, and I don't think we can stop it by running over there and kicking over their soup kitchen.
I didn't say that. Don't
look
waste
at
the
it this
food. Just
more
kill the people
importantly.
serving.
We're running from
And
these
then stay here and
people.
keep serving it instead?
No, they can vote on the committee on who serves the food.
Oh yeah, that always works. No,
that won't
okay,
turn out like
more
Lord of the Flies at all.
importantly, and I point at Jacob. We should go.
Ah,
Fair point.
yeah.
Is Jacob riding his broom? The norm?
I think that when we got closer to any form of civilization, we coaxed him off the broom and put him on a horse.
Yeah, once we started
Okay.
seeing people, we put like a parking brake on
I'm
that
sure
broom.
the broom would be fun for 20, 30 minutes, but I'm guessing after that, it would be uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
That would definitely
So-
suck.
The
When-
broom's probably
yeah.
stored in your quiver, Elliot.
When there's not a lot of people around, we absolutely let him ride the broom.
Okay.
I don't.
Good point.
Yeah,
We should
I don't like
stop.
it either, but I don't think we gain anything, and I think we stand that we could lose a lot.
Yeah.
I guess it would be better to take out the source, not the.
That's what
The
we're
tendrils.
That's what we're doing.
Well, more importantly, too, if you're hungry and someone's feeding you and someone
You're on
walks
their
up
side.
and knifes the people feeding you,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
It is kind of their plan, isn't it?
That's true.
Yeah.
We would actually be helping the cult's cause.
I don't like it either, but I
But they
think we
look like
need to
the
just keep going.
Let's keep moving then.
Perfect. So you'll see that this community center is up on the north side of the road you're riding past. Like right off it. Keep going down the road. What do you?
I make Jacob put a hat on. Look like a different 8-year-old boy for 5 minutes.
Yeah. We just keep here.
Here, wear this. Oh, you take the hat that I put on. Hold on, I'm gonna put the cowboy hat on him.
James's cowboy hat.
For those
which
listening
is
at home,
like coming
Half his
down
face.
over his eyes and sticking out like 3 times his shoulder width. There, now you're a hat stand.
Hey, I can't see anything now.
That's fine.
Just trust your horse, Jacob. Trust your horse.
Why
Long
do you
as-
put this nasty, gross yuck?
The best part is that he's not even reining his horse. He's on one of the pack horses, which is following behind somebody else.
What was wrong with the fucking hat? Oh, to a kid. What was wrong with the freaking hat?
As if it
Now we
stopped
monitor
you.
Better.
Smells. And you see, this isn't the most subtle way to pass by a
No.
community center. So a couple of the folks do look over and, oh, travelers, please come eat. We're feeding the community. There's plenty to go around.
We know speaking the English. Bye.
I
That was totally a
Distinctly heard.
deception.
go for it. You can roll a deception, I guess.
I've done it.
She'll believe maybe you don't.
That's a dirty 20.
Do the rest of you want to translate what I said to your companion?
nope.
We're very well provisioned. I would rather that food go to people here who need it. So thank you very
It
much.
should go to the those that do not have. That have
Oh, in that
nuts.
case, we could always use more help.
Nope, we're good.
Many
Bye.
hands makes little work.
Yep, we got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to be moving, moseying along. So, nope.
Trust me, you don't want our help.
We're trying to make some time here. So
I was really hoping that you'd all pick up on that and you'd all pretend like you didn't speak English.
They
My
heard us
deception is
speak.
dog shit. I'm not going to chance it.
Plus, you're gonna sound like Dante.
Yeah.
we just continue like, no, we're trying to make good time. Well, thank you. We're fine.
We got other people down the way that we gotta go help.
We just keep walking.
May
or
the
keep.
Lord's blessing keep you safe.
Help yours too.
Quiet enough that it didn't matter.
Wow, you can't be polite to anybody, can you?
No, he's apparently incapable.
It violates all of my codes of being a cook to use food to deceive people.
That took
Hey,
an
wait,
unexpected-
where'd you get that shirt again?
You gave it to me.
That one, probably.
But he didn't use food to deceive you. He just stole that outright.
It was with the bundle that I borrowed before that you said that I could keep.
The military term is procured. Yes. Tactically acquired is also acceptable.
Waiting for a lull.
But anyway, as we continue, I'm only nice to good people.
Are you?
That's a really short list for you, then, isn't it?
I haven't poisoned any of your foods.
None of you. We're all still alive.
I thought you said
I'm
you
on your
believe
side,
in
James.
using food for deceiving people.
Exactly.
What is poison
So I'm
but
following
deceiving
my code.
people?
You're welcome.
I worked with you for like a couple months, and
Did
you were
anyone
not
drop
nice.
dead?
You were not nice to anyone, though.
Apparently, he doesn't think anyone counts as good people.
Why is everyone picking on James all of a sudden? What is
you remember
happening?
Ben and his beer collection? You were very mean to him about that.
That's because he was being annoying. All he talked about was like, oh, look at all my top shelf shit that no one ever drinks.
He'd always bet.
Ha!
That was his name, right?
Yeah, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said it, and then I was like, wait a second.
Good pull. I'll actually give you inspiration for that. It's a pull from episode 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Episode 1.
Yeah.
31 episodes ago. So you guys continue a little bit, just out of earshot. You see Jeff.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye on our back end to make sure that none of them are following us.
And they were very busy. You could very obviously
cool.
see they it's like, whatever. And they go back to feeding folks. None of the people who were being fed really gave two shits. They were just focused on the food.
Checks out.
But Jeff's visibly relieved
Sweating.
moving.
Yeah.
That was from our.
Did you
Yeah.
recognize
crap.
some of them?
Yeah.
They moved fast.
Well, it's a good thing that you're green.
We had sent missionaries ahead.
Oh.
So they were already laying the ground. You guys surprised us about 3-4 weeks before we expected the first train, so to speak.
Oh, that was the advance party that was supposed to lull people to the actual.
Yeah, they are
cathedral.
actively proselytizing right now. There's an excellent chance they don't know yet what's waiting for them.
That we killed their leaders. That's fun.
Without them having access to the church, getting message to them is quite difficult. But, I know all of those people.
Well, hopefully we can leave them in our dust and...
I am very glad we got me clothes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you stood out a little bit in those robes.
And honestly, you look like hell today, so good job.
It's day 2.
He feels better. Yeah, you've slept once.
Okay. When you get old, sometimes those last more than a day. I'm just saying.
He's not that old.
Also his first wicked hangover.
It was
That's
awesome.
true.
Yeah.
That first one lingers a bit.
Yeah, all he's got left is a headache. It's a rough one.
That's probably from the goat juice.
Just an ungodly. He did have to stop. The downside was he didn't have to stop to throw up, but he did have to stop to evacuate his bowels several times.
Yeah.
It
made him
flushes
that
your
much
system
coffee.
You
like
made him a
nothing
laxative.
else.
Yeah.
Coffee and hot sauce. He's cleared out.
Oh. No.
He's still not feeling 100%.
That is not okay.
Yeah,
He
that's
is.
that's the O'Brien
did
dragon
not-
right there.
James, if you ever feed that to me, I will stab you in your sleep.
I nominate him for inspiration on that
There we
one.
go.
The O'Brien Dragon.
When you guys get a fair clip away from there, you pass through what was once a Walmart. It's very obviously been cleared out. None of the windows on the front of it are intact anymore. The doors aren't even on it.
And it's weird because it looked like that before the apocalypse.
Same thing, you pass by a food center that's obviously been gone through. And you're at another, 15, 20, 30 minutes or so. And on your south side, you're passing by just a nice, park kind of area. Outdoors. Not necessarily park with, swing sets, things like that. Park more like large, maintained field that obviously they could use for soccer or football or whatever. And you see there's a decent group of people out there, moms and kids and dads, just obviously trying to burn some of the kids' energy out. And shortly, just as you're getting kind of close, from up above, you see what you think is a pretty good-sized bird. And as it drops, it keeps getting bigger.
Guys, is that an airplane?
Bigger.
I don't know what that is.
And as you look out in the field, you can see that there's a young man who's gone to chase after a frisbee that missed its mark. And you watch this very clearly now not a bird grab the child and start carrying him to the south.
Oh, God.
I thought we didn't do child. Oh, no, it's puppies.
Puppies.
Never
Oh,
mind.
oh,
Sorry.
God.
My
Okay.
bad.
Elliot seeing this is going to spur his
Holy
horse and
shit.
trace after him, drawing his bow.
And
I
you,
will.
James is going to
I'm
follow
right
suit.
behind.
Like, God damn it, now we're fighting fucking... What was that?
Whatever that was, we got to save that fucking kid.
it gains altitude quite quickly. It is almost immediately back.
Snatched it up high.
Someone grab the broom.
Oh, yeah.
I'll grab the broom.
What are you going to do?
Up!
If I remember correctly, it has the same movement speed as a people. I think it's only 30 feet.
Why did the
I think that's
non-ranged
correct.
person go... What?
That's true. She's got to be right up on it to attack
50
it.
feet, I think.
You are able to see its flight. It stays low enough, you're able to see where it's going. But you know right this moment you cannot catch it.
Yeah.
Elliot's going to keep chasing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elliot's
I
gonna
can
keep
do
chasing it
50
on the
feet
horse.
around is the best
Do
I
we-
can do.
You do hear, as you haul ass past, you hear a mob.
So the kid's name was Bobby.
Benny.
Benny. I heard Bobby.
My baby.
Benny, my baby.
Get back here, you
We're-
baby stealing bitch.
Do I have a feel of how what the range is right now at this moment as we're charging towards it?
Where it's at?
Yeah. Like how
like-
far from me?
Far.
Okay. Several hundred feet.
Yeah.
So,
It was fucking quick.
so if Elliot's not catching up to it,
You're not. You know confidently, favored terrain, all that good shit. You could track this beast.
all right. Well, so if I'm not actively catching up with it, I'm going to bring my horse back to that was mine. I'm going to bring the horse back to a speed to pursue.
Like a brisk
Not-
trot, not a
I don't know what it is, but Elliot would know as fast as he could push the horse to keep a good pace.
James will probably come up like, what are you slowing down? We got to go get the kid, right?
And he's still gonna be moving, probably at a slow lope or even a trot. He's like, we're not overtaking him, but we're gonna try to stay in sight, but we can't exhaust the horses or we have to stop.
You think the thing is a nest?
I don't know, but I gotta try.
Hearing this stuff, I think I'm gonna slow my horse next to the lady who's clearly like kind of pull up to her. Like, listen, we're gonna try to get your kid back. Can you get everyone off this field and inside? Because clearly this is a dangerous place to be.
I'm going to keep an eye on this guys and make sure I don't see
But
the other ones.
His name's Benny.
Benny? Okay.
We live right there.
Okay.
Please save. I'll get these kids gone. Please save him.
Yes. We will be back when we have him.
Is any of your characters familiar with this area?
I grew up on the Front Range,
Okay.
so not a little further east from here. Not this area specifically, but I've been through here. You go to Fort Collins, sometimes you go to Boulder, I've been up to Estes Park before, but
Okay.
Being an urchin, I know city patterns, but that's about it.
I think Mel would have been to
probably Denver
Boulder.
and Boulder.
Yeah, Boulder
Maybe
or
Fort
Denver
Collins.
a couple of times.
Then, Emery, can I have a history?
Sure. It is not my strong suit, but I will give you a roll.
Mel can give one disadvantage.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Mel doesn't need to roll.
That's good. Mel would not have helped.
Maybe I played a sport. I played
you go.
soccer or something. I've done away games in this area. Been around more than I
You know with a degree of confidence that's borderline unsettling to you. It's going to DIA.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Okay.
It's almost weirdly exactly southeast from where you are.
Yeah.
You believe in your deepest heart of hearts, it is going to DIA.
Okay.
That's the only significant thing in that direction.
Yeah, there's pretty much jackal
Yeah.
in that area otherwise.
We don't want to go to
I assume you tell everybody.
Yeah. Well, now that I've done talking to this lady, I have to catch up to everybody. So once I get back up towards where you guys are loping after the thing, I kind of take a moment and look around. Like, the only thing in that direction that is heading is the airport.
On the broom, am I able to, like, keep pace with it?
No.
No, okay.
You're slower on the broom than you are on the horse.
Really? At 50 feet around?
Oh, it's 50? I thought it was 30.
It's only 30 if it's more than 200 pounds.
But you are definitely not.
No.
I would struggle. Yeah, Olnak would have a hard time.
Yeah, you'd be
even at
putting through the
50,
sky.
You're now comfortably keeping pace with the horses, but you're not keeping pace with this.
Okay.
It's good.
I'll come back down and join the others too. But
That was
probably-
the only flying we had. It was worth a shot.
how far is Denver from, how far is the airport from here?
From this area, probably 20, 30 miles.
Is that all? Wow, I thought we were
DIA
way
is
for.
really far.
It's way out
It's
there.
nowhere near Denver.
Yeah.
That's
It's really-
not
It's
a
in
bad
the
thing.
middle of nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it went from being smack dab in the center of the city to just the outskirts of everything.
It is
At this
wildly
trajectory,
inconvenient for
we'll
everything.
kind of cut from the north side of town through the east side of town and hit the airport. There's pretty much absolutely nothing around the airport except small towns,
You said your first 20 miles.
roughly.
Shit, we're gonna get there till the sea.
What exactly is going to be the plan if we do want to go there, if the thing's got a big-ass nest on top of the control tower?
We'll worry about that when we get.
Just
I
arc our
get it.
shots and hope for the best?
We could
Yeah.
get up there.
Anybody else have flashbacks to Resident Evil?
I didn't know that game.
I mean,
Mel would not be having this.
well, until we
Oh, we have
until
to
we
go save Ashley?
I did
Until we
not
can-
play that game. I watched the movie.
until we can
Okay, never mind then.
until we can see
Hey, tell me about
something,
the
we
game.
probably want to try to sneak in and get the kid and get out if he's still
Yeah.
there.
That's best circumstances.
That's the best I can
sneaking,
think of
but-
till we can
Hoping the
see.
hell he's
Let's
still
just
alive.
hope that he doesn't have ears like a hawk, or else he's going to hear us coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never going to
They
let you
do
forget
fly. They might have good ears.
It
Possible.
was the animated one.
Well, I mean, maybe if we're moving at a quicker clip today, we'll still have some light left by the time we get there. I don't really like the idea of being there in the dark.
I don't like the idea of being there.
that. At all.
Period.
Just hoping
Sure.
that there's not like a whole hell of a lot of people still trying to stay at the DIA.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
There's
that'd be
no
wildly
point.
inconvenient.
But what about all of the people who were, I don't know, gonna get on a flight that day?
Yeah,
They're probably
there's-
dead.
It's been months. They're
There's
probably
no
all
food
dead
there.
or gone
They're
by
not
there.
storing stuff there. Like,
It's
there's
been
no
what,
resources
2 months,
nearby.
maybe?
Like, they would have to leave in order to find food and
What
stuff.
year is
More
it?
than likely they. I know it's been the
It's 20
apocalypse. but
2023 when we started.
2023.
But
So,
it's only been like 8-9
Yeah.
weeks or something?
yeah, it's still May, so it's still 2023.
My point is that it hasn't actually been that long. They might not have eaten themselves out of house and home yet. Because, I mean, some of those Starbucks syrups last forever.
The syrups do, but the food doesn't.
Just drinking syrup.
This is like some super like bulging mass of a person just chugging Starbucks syrup like feed me.
Unless there really is a CIA bunker underneath the airport, they don't have the food stores to last long there. Like, people would have had to leave in order to survive.
I don't know. All signs lead to the Denver airport.
Well, I was going to say the other part of that, too, is that the Denver airport was used as, like, tornado, like, hide here stuff.
That's generally pretty quick, though. Those pass fast.
I don't know. I've only heard about tornadoes. I've never experienced one.
Yeah, they don't stick around.
Yeah.
You're not in shelter for long.
Yeah, you don't stock up food for the tornado shelter.
I don't know these things. I'm a
wait it
West
out.
Coast gal.
So if we made a consensus that we're going to DIA.
Yeah.
Elliot's headed that way.
I'm following.
Come
I guess
on.
that'll be our good deed for the day.
High knees, James.
following.
Let's do this.
Fuck you. Damn it. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
So-
High knees, horse. High knees.
So Elliot is going to set the
Oh, sorry. I've been training that one.
What in the hell did you do to my horse?
I taught it high knees.
Elliot's going to set the best pace to get there and expecting to have to rest the horse for about a day before they can leave.
Okay.
So he's going to be pretty fast.
Okay. We'll say if you're pushing, you know how to push safely. The cool thing is, property lines kind of don't fucking matter anymore.
Nope.
So
That's
you're
what
able
we
to, as the
thought.
crows line, or as the crows fly line it. So you're able to get there pretty briskly. We'll say it's, I don't know, you just passed lunch being served. So we'll say you get there at about 2, 3
Okay.
in the afternoon, somewhere around there. So as you're traveling, you're definitely, urban sprawl is a mother trucker out here, Denver. They have no reason to need to grow up. There's nothing causing a boundary of any real flavor.
A lot of suburbs that are the same house, copy pasted over and over and over and over again.
You're definitely passing through a lot of those. And in the typical Denver flavor, it's suburb farm for quite a while, suburb farm for quite a while.
Probably catch the edge of Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. There might be a lot of people in Brighton. There's a lot of shopping centers. There's a big shopping center there.
The most crow's flyingest way.
As I lost.
Takes you through Frederick. You're right next to Frederick, basically right smack food right down into DIA.
We would dodge the shopping center if possible.
So let's say you cut south, southwest around Brighton. There's a lot of waterway, weird shaped lake things.
Yes, the
There.
nature preserve.
Oh, there you go. So you would absolutely
Great
go cut
walks
through
around
that.
there.
Oh, it's going to be a
There's-
little bit sad. There is the Brighton Feed Store was known for a tremendous selection of really good tack.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish I could stop.
You pass near the Adams County Fairgrounds.
It's where the best. It's the closest shopping center to where I grew up, so I was there a lot,
There you go.
both in character and out of character. I know that area pretty well.
And the one thing for the folks who aren't of the farmer flavor that you might notice is all the farms you've seen up until now have been square. There's a lot of circle farms out here where you see a post dead center with
The pivot sprinklers.
Yep. One of them. So there's a lot of circles. It's a weird.
You're going to find that's pretty common across Kansas, too.
That
Yeah,
is the whole
yeah.
plains.
Yes.
They make them look like crop circles?
Yes, absolutely.
They
But
are
they're huge.
crop
It's
circles.
the
They are literally crop
the most efficient way to water a field.
Yes, it is. That's anywhere there's commercial fields, that's how they do it. All
It's a
southern
fuckload
areas
of
like that.
Texas.
Yeah.
So like I say, it takes probably a good couple hours. You get down because you cut south to get around Brighton. You're coming basically west into DIA, which is interestingly the way most people would access DIA anyway. Coming
Yeah.
in, you end up kind of
grab
hopping a
Tower
little
Road.
fence. Yep, you hop on the road and you are riding right on
That's the
in.
way I get to DIA from my parents' house.
So you end up on Pena Boulevard. And before you,
It's where all the signs are pointing to the airport. So
Yeah.
like there's truly, that's the way.
you are out in the middle of flipping nowhere, and you just see this massive compound ahead of you. Laying before you is a very expansive building, right at the front of which you see a large glass building in a vaguely winged shape. I believe it's supposed to loosely resemble a W, due to it being the Westin Hotel. Behind which you see a building with unique roof. It's very white, circus tent-ish, which Emery, being the resident expert,
I mean, Mel's probably been to the airport too if she's flown to California at all.
Yep, and every time I see it, I go, what the fuck is that about?
It's supposed to be snow-capped.
Is
Yep.
that what that's about?
Yep.
I've often wondered
That makes sense, actually.
Actually, yeah.
I never really looked into it, but that makes sense.
Every time I see that, I'm like, I don't get it.
absolutely it's supposed to resemble the white peaked caps of the Rockies.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute.
Elliot doesn't know about this, but I do. It's the stupid demon horse out front.
Oh, Lucifer?
Yeah.
You can't really see it that well anymore.
I guess the question is it still
Oh,
there,
right,
or
slow
did the
enough.
sculpture leave?
Right, it became something. Now it's a problem.
So you guys would probably be, instead of riding on the road, you'd probably be riding in the grass. I'd call it a median, but it's a really wide median.
Yeah.
So whatever you would call that thing.
The trench? I don't know.
Kind of, I guess. And what you do come across is there's a large circle in the ground filled with gravel. There are two pretty good-sized hunks of rebar coming up out of the ground.
Is that supposed to be there?
Oh no.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Do we see the plaque on the floor that says Lucifer?
You do see a plaque on the floor that says Lucifer.
If any
Oh,
statue was
no.
going to come to life and try to kill us,
Of course,
it
it
would
was
be
that one with the creepy demon eyes and its big blue. God damn it.
Alright, well, in addition to looking out for weird flying things, watch out for a giant blue horse.
What?
If there's a giant blue horse, we need to take cover immediately.
How do you not know about Lucifer? Everybody knows about Lucifer.
I drove here. do you think James had the fundage to fly anywhere?
I don't know you in your life. Everybody's been in DIA once.
The blue horse notoriously killed its maker.
Two of them.
Two of them.
So
And,
the statue's already got confirmed kills?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and that was
Before it was alive.
Inanimate.
That's a flex.
It has glowing red eyes and is bright blue. It is very large. So if you see it,
And it's anatomically correct.
we are all going to run and hide.
Well, I was gonna say that'd be really cool to ride it until you mentioned that part. Now I don't want to ride it anymore.
I
If anybody
remember.
wishes, you can make an investigation.
I remember a thing once.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna look for
It
big
won't
ass
help, but I'm
footprints.
gonna roll.
Yeah, no, it will not help.
Yeah, fucking passive 9.
There's no such
18.
thing as passive investigation.
Whatever, 7.
Oh,
I thought that just perception. Never mind, it's a 7. No, it's a 6. I lied.
15.
I rolled a 7. It's a 6.
15 and up, you do see distinct, monstrous hoof prints making their way pretty much due east out into the plains.
Well, at least it gets to frolic. Let's not mess with it.
Yeah, we're looking for a flying creature.
Yeah, we're looking for flying things. So unless the thing was a Pegasi, we
No.
should
No.
peg a cease and desist looking for it.
wingies.
that was bad. That was
Yeah,
terrible.
even for
I think
you,
we
that
need to
was
take
pretty
his
awful.
inspiration away.
The man who nominated it is taking it back.
Nope,
So-
give me that back.
I think I vaguely remember seeing, reading something when I was waiting for a plane. Isn't there a whole thing about them being built on or something random like that? Or maybe.
Why do you gotta put that out there?
A lot of they had
There's
a
a ton
running
of
joke in
conspiracy.
their construction that it was with all these conspiracy theories and stuff. I don't know about any. I never really looked into the lore of the airport.
Neither did I, but I was really bored. It was running flight.
I don't even know if I've ever been that bored in my life. But
I've been on a boat. I've been that bored.
this
in my
is
life.
Colorado. I would not be surprised.
It was a red-eye flight, and I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Do we see, as we're getting closer to the airport, do we see anything flying around, any of the bird creature things?
You do not.
Did we
Okay.
see any nests, like in our little snow-capped mountain?
You can't see him great from Lucifer. The weston pretty well blocks
gonna
your
say,
view. It's a big ass.
It's stupid.
We
So
really
you
just
can't
gotta
really see past the weston.
keep an eye out. Keep moving, I think.
And as you approach, what you can see is the surrounding you are just acres of abandoned cars. Acres of abandoned cars.
Honestly, it always looked like that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's airport parking.
And you
Covered in tumbleweeds a little bit.
Yeah.
you ride along the west side of the Westin, just to cut around the building. And what you do see immediately is that the airport clearly was not the place to be when the power went out. The back half of the building is blackened and charred. There are bits of helicopter and airplane strewn across the landscape, and there was very clearly a massive fire.
Yeah, I don't think anyone stayed here long.
Oh, I hope not.
Can I get a round of perceptions?
That's not better, but all right, sure.
Passive 16.
12.
Passive 10.
Passive 9.
12.
Dope. That's episode.
Oh.
We're all so blind the episode ended.
Didn't see that coming. You're like,
Theater of the Mind is Jeremy Arfsten as Elliot Brandybane. That's the old guy. Amanda Arfsten as Mel Kelly. That's me. Michael Bernal as Olmok Varger Johnson. That's the Wolfman. Michael Downs as James O'Brien. He's our cook. Kasey Weingarten as Emery Lee. She's the disco sorcerer and our conscience. And Mike Schock as your dungeon master. We release new episodes every 2 weeks, so our next episode will release on
February 2nd.
If you want to follow us on our social media, and our website can be found on our Linktree, which can be found in the podcast description. Also in the podcast description, you can find a link to Pinecast, as well as our referral code to get you 40% off your first 4 months of paid membership, as well as our referral link to Epidemic Sound. Pretty sweet, right? That'll also get you a 1-week trial period to this excellent platform. Music this week was sourced from Epidemic Sound, who we are not sponsored by, under the Creative Commons license. The songs used in order are
I'll Wait by Eric Feinberg. Aurora by Christopher Bode and Levson. Youth is Wasted on the Young, instrumental version by Tella. Hitchhike Homicide by Martin Moses. And Burning Assets by Alec Slay.
The Theater of the Mind theme, ad break, and outro were written by Mike Schock. Very well. All people, places, events, etc. are used in a fictitious manner. Any similarities to people, places, etc. are purely coincidental. And myself. No, not myself. I was doing so well.
Also, you said Michael Jones.
You did say Michael Jones.
Why is this so hard? Okay.
Oh, that's good shit.
I'm good with the intro, though, right?
Yeah,
I don't have to
that's
do
good.
that again. All right.